I mean, I guess I can start a bit early. I did schedule a stream technically for in 8 minutes or so. But, I mean, I have already scheduled it later than usual, so let's just get things on. Oh, I did build up the overlay. I'm a bit under the weather, I could say. Not really. I mean, I'm doing things in a bit of a weird order, I guess. Let's see if the bug continues to happen with all tabbing out of the game. It is already weird that when I launch the game, it doesn't close my Steam overlay. Water bottle, would you kindly come to me? Primary car. Oh, I forgot to copy the password. Password. Where are you? Oh yeah, right, I need to actually open the event I'm driving in. Hey, could definitely open my events tab. Oh, my idle heart rate is just stupid at this point. Broken. Yeah. Broken modes. Suzuka, let's see, what are the times? I guess they gotta go out sub 2 minute 10s? Okay, not quite. We have a chance, I think, maybe? I'm not sure what my times actually on this track are. Are they 2:14s or? They're 2:12s, I think. And that's just what the fastest guy just put in. So yeah, we definitely shouldn't underestimate them. Under no circumstance I ever do that, anyway. I try to avoid it, at least. Right, what is my setup here? For brake ducts, I think this is sensible settings. 80 liters in the tank, that's probably a bit much for this race, but whatever, we're gonna just take it. A green track. Well, that's fun. I would overlay here over my brake bias adjustment. Not the worst. We have no steer. It's still bugging out. It's very annoying, this new bug. Hello, could I get my controller isn't responding. Ah, but it does that occasionally anyway. So controls. I don't know, do I need to remap the steering wheel, or is just enough if I wiggle back and forth this number? I guess that's enough. We're gonna try a few things to figure out what we can do to fix this problem. Because if I can shortcut the time needed for opening and closing the menu, then that's a bit more comfortable. I don't know if it unmaps while I'm driving the force feedback from the wheel. I still haven't put my gloves on. I have them in my hands. Probably not the wisest idea because this track doesn't have really straightaways and you don't really have time to put anything on. I've just noticed that I actually raced two races in a row here. Of having raced Saturday on this circuit. And now racing racing here again. Yes, brain, produce sentence please. That would be appreciated if my brain actually is capable of producing a coherent sentence. Oh god. That was way too fast. I forgot this is not a GT3 car.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I definitely check Krejci up there a bit. Oh, Krejci is on a MUQU. Right, a MUQU on this track, that's gonna not be good for me. Krejci and a MUQU on this track, like... Now I think, right off to winning it. After all, it's Krejci. Let's see. Morning. I'm pretty sure it's not morning for you either. You might be American, but like... Actually, I mean, if you're Pacific Coast, then maybe it is, actually. So it's pretty sure it's past noon for you. But I mean, Krejci also has PTSD of me driving on this circuit. So I might be able to get into his head. Oh, he is still shadowing me. And then we're now in the section where he actually has speed. Corner section is not where his car produces speed. Yeah, clearly. Yeah, he's rapid, as always. Morning is the default greeting. Valid. It's actually 2:45 PM. I mean, I still treat morning as morning and evening as evening. Because it just belongs that way. Even if my sleep schedule would dictate that I actually am awake at night and sleep during the day. Basically at this point, frankly. Yeah, he chopped like 6/10 out of me on this lap. Bro, that MUQU is just so OP. 14, that's not great. I mean, last time around, qualifying wasn't that great either. I said, for some reason, Suzuka isn't my strong suit. Even though I love this track. I just cannot produce a lap time on it. Come on, turn. I would have two dogs. I'm pretty sure the other one that I know doesn't have a bad sleep schedule, so... I'm pretty sure Jeff Close does not have a bad sleep schedule. On the other hand, you're probably not familiar with him. Ah, that invalidated a lap because there's too much... Yeah, I mean, this track is very green. I forgot that part. And it makes these lap times a lot more intimidating, those 212s. It's a green track and these guys are still going that fast. I mean, last time I raced with... I'm not sure if he's raced recently at all. Although I think he's planned to drive in the P1 24 hours of Daytona. Which might be this weekend, I think, maybe? Or at least I've heard him mention it. Let's see. But yeah, I know my German fanboys additionally. I mean, I know of another German who does racing, who's actually has a VTuber model, but I'm not too sure he's a fanboy actually. I would have to verify that. Yeah, I'm actually slower than last time. A bit painful. Dude was like a few years younger than I. I mean, for me at this point, it's not particularly hard. I'm so fucking old of this man. Actually, not that. I mean, if I remember back, I think 20... Yeah, it was 2020, I think. 2020 or 2021 when I drove, or... Yeah, it was 2021 actually. Late 2020, early 2021. When I drove with ground effect. The lineup that I was in, I'm pretty sure I basically destroyed the average age of it. Pretty sure my teammates were at least in their 40s, if not 50s. I was absolutely MUQing the average age there. And yeah, that happens occasionally. Also, I think back in 2019 or something, M1 24 Hours of Daytona. I think I was 21 or something back then. And I had two teammates that were 12? And I think one that was 16. Two Australians and a Greek. Yours is still MVP. Yeah, I think. Don't question me on the number specifically. They sometimes do have younger drivers in teams. They were also quite slow. And back then I was slow. With this rain actually scheduled in 10 minutes, holy frick. I didn't check the rain chances on this event. Well, that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I'm just noticing my tire pressure is also way off. I'm running with way too low tire pressures, but I think we have driver's briefing in a few minutes, so... But if you have damp conditions like at Bathurst, that's gonna be... chef's kiss, because I have dominated once already in damp conditions on this track before, with this car, during a 4-hour race. Dominated in the sense that I got away with doing an extra pit stop of all things. To handle the damp conditions, because I could not brave it on the dry tire. Because the Maserati does not like staying in damp conditions on dry tires. How far are we actually off the pace? 1.1 seconds right now. I mean, the qualifying has been recently very tight and very competitive. I've not been actually disliking it too much. Usually when it's hyper competitive, I'm not a big fan. I think it's been relatively fair to me, so... Not being just, oh yeah, you're last of all the people who are actually vaguely at pace, which is usually the outcome of this. When there's a 1 second spread for the top 15 and I end up being the guy who's a second off. That's not fun. Being the last of the competitive drivers. He's gonna pull over.
Clear on the left.
It's darkening right now very quickly. I'll just practice a pit entry quickly. That was close. Ish. Right, let's pull over so we can get on there. Come on. Where is it? Broken Bones?
From this race on GT4 is that pro split drivers, you are not allowed to exit your pit box until the timer hits 10:00. You are not allowed to leave your pit box until the time hits 10:00. So no lining up, and you basically just leave whenever you want after the 10:00 mark. There is no racing in qualifying, no overtaking in qualifying. Make sure that you leave the space between yourself and the driver ahead of you. Don't worry about the driver behind you. He or she is equally responsible to create the space between you. If you have invalidated your lap and you seem to run out of space, please pull aside safely. You may return to garage at any point in the quali session and then return to do another hot lap, as long as you have time to perform a hot lap before the timer runs out. Blue flag behavior, please, if you get blue flags, just stay predictable. We only ask that you do not defend the inside line, and if you can lift a little bit on the straight, that would be beneficial to both yourself and the lapper. Apart from that, just use common sense. Now, the faster drivers, if you are coming up and you have a blue flag car ahead of you, especially in Sector 1, don't be stupid and go for inside on the S's or outside or anything. Just try to be patient. Try to leave the space as well. Everyone's doing their own race. There are other opportunities and other straights to do a move here at Suzuka. So I don't really want to see any stupid moves in the S's, because that is somewhat of a dangerous spot to try and overtake. Reporting incidents, as always in BBS, we do full incident review the first 2 laps. That means lap 1 and lap 2. Anything starting, any incident you want us to look at, the stewards to look at from lap 3 onwards,
Actually, I could
you
check
will have to
out
use the report incident form. The link is provided in Discord. And you have 24 hours after the race to issue your reports. We will post the link as a reminder just after the race, So click on that if you want us to look at anything from lap 3 onwards. As always as well, lap 1 incidents, if you have found to have caused a lap 1 incident, you will carry double penalty for next race. Apart from that, all the penalties carry over to next race, so and every incident from Solder will get applied in the starting grid, and obviously outstanding incidents will also get applied for returning drivers. Pit exit, we always say this at every race, regardless of the class, do not cross the solid pit exit line. Here at Suzuka, the pit exit, it's fairly safe. However, once the solid pit exit line ends, you are basically almost on top of the apex for the first part of turn 1. So make sure that if you have crossed the start-finish line, that if you hear your spotter say car exiting the pit lane, that you leave enough space so that you don't hit each other going into turn 1. Every driver is fighting for track positions. That means that silver split drivers are not obliged. They are not to move for pro split drivers. If you find yourself on track, you are fighting for track positions. If you have been off track, do your utmost. We repeat this every race. Sometimes we forget to follow instructions, but do your utmost to avoid a unsafe rejoin. Do your best to try and do a safe rejoin. That means no rejoining on apexes, no rejoining at a 90-degree perpendicular angle to the race line, no rejoining with your ass first, no reversing on track. Do your utmost to do a safe rejoin. Voice chat, you are very welcome to stay on voice chat. You are not required to do so. If you so wish, you can leave voice chat after the briefing is over. If you do stay on voice chat, please no disrespectful behavior, no discussing incidents. And the text chat in game is closed to anyone but admins on quali and race sessions. After the race, do not hit other cars. Please do not hit other cars. Also, do not complete stop your car immediately after the finish line. Aim for turn 1, the gravel trap or the off track there instead. We don't want to see our cars crashing because they're racing. People might be racing until the finish line, so we don't want to run out of space. Apart from that, the pit entry at Suzuka is also can be dangerous if you're not aware. If you can, use your indicator to just let the car behind you know that you're going to the pits. Apart from that, just be over obvious placing your car so that you don't cross from the outside line through the inside line where there may be a car in your blind spot if you want to pit. Apart from that, like I said, make sure that you have understood the session settings and SGP. And apart from that, good luck, have fun, and we'll see you out on track.
Good luck, boys.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
You are free to practice.
Right. I did want to check those numbers briefly to see how everything is doing or not. That's configured. Event configuration. What is configured here? Freak time multiplier for the race, so that's gonna be a bit intimidating, because the weather can swing pretty hard at that point. So let's just where's the tool? Right, but yeah, you said still haven't served the penalty law, but I can't because of you before. Yeah, but you can come back next season and there's no penalty gonna be for you. I did also skip on a penalty last season due to you not running the last few races. So wait, allowed tire sets 5. Hold on, I've just noticed I'm doing limited tire sets tonight. By accident, that's fun. I've burned already technically a set. Oh, that's fun. Oh well. At the end. Not the end of the world in that sense. Where is it? Yeah, here. 17 degrees, free randomness. 17 degrees. It's run Sundays, I think. 1700, and it's because it's 3 times time multiplication. We're running 180 minutes. Cloud level was I think 0.35 and grain was 1.5. Is that correct? Yep. Okay, and yeah, it's Sunday, right? Oh yeah, there's a lot of mixed sessions at that point. Only about 8% are full wet, 45% are mixed, and 47% are dry. So we're gonna head into probably mixed conditions, but it's not great for us because my car handles best when it's when I'm on wet tires, and I don't. For 2% of tires in the race, yeah. I've burned 1 set, it's not too bad for me. Yeah, light flat spots on those. I did notice that my tire pressures were a bit on the low side. Pump those up. I can definitely drop the fuel amount down. God, they put 10 times the time multiplication on the freaking qualifying session. Radeon Christ, that's hefty. Right, I wanted to test something out, and this is... I think there's 4 speed back actually on the wheel. At least feels like it. There's definitely resistance to me turning. The problem, the advantage at Bathurst was for me that it was consistently damp. The problem everybody had is that the dry tires, for dry tires it was too damp, but for wet tires it was too dry. The damp conditions weren't enough water on the track. But for the Maserati it was enough damp that the wet tires worked. So I could drive it. And I think a lot of I think the other cars would have probably done also a bit better if they had actually put wet tires on, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I think a lot of people just kept on the dry tires. Oh, Miles drove out by accident. Oops. Well, that's an alien driving out during the wrong session. It's not like you have to be an alien to... Yeah, I mean, if we're also starting 6 PM the qualifying session, it's gonna be full dark for us with 10 times time multiplication over 20 minutes. How much? Yeah, 60 times would be a full day in 24 minutes. 10 times? What was the math again? Yeah, you need 20. You need 24 times to get to. Yeah, 24 times is I think a full 24 hours in an hour. Or was it 10? It's like, what was the numbers? I mean, each minute is 10 minutes. 60 minutes is then 600 minutes, which is 6 hours. Right? No, 600 minutes is definitely not 6 hours. Jesus Christ, Lucas, what the hell was that number? That was so wrong. 6 hours is 360 minutes. That's the correct number. 600 minutes would then be like 10 hours? Yeah. Well, why did that take so long to calculate this? Obviously, it's 10x, and I'm calculating it in hours. So it's like math. Brain, please work a bit. Sometimes. I have an exam tomorrow. I mean, if you want to take a break at the moment and not calculate things, okay, fine, but I'm starting to get concerned at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I think my brain decided to do, when I was like, yeah, 60 minutes times 10 is 600, but it just went from like 60 times 10 to 360 for some reason, and then calculated the 6 hours out of it. I think that's how it ended up, but like that was just colossally bad. So yeah, I mean, 10 minutes would then be 100 minutes, which would mean that we are, with 20 minutes, about, how many hours would that be? That's just under 3 hours. Just over 3 hours, effectively, that we are time skipping right now through. With the qualifying session is effectively 3 hours long. It's over 3 hours long with the 10x time multiplier. I don't know, with how volatile the weather is, I really wouldn't ever do that as a host, because that could just mess up people bad time. Like the weather forecast is for 3 minutes ahead of time. Usually it's 30 at 1x time speed. This is volatile as all hell. This is dangerous to say the least. Right. Oh, it's getting dark. I'm keeping 1002. The clouds look scary. Yeah, it's overcast completely. I mean, in German you would refer to such a weather situation as the weather not being real. It's nicht echt. It's not real because you can't really trust it to not suddenly rain. Or at least in southern Germany we refer to that. But the weather isn't real. Also, it is, the clouds stick out a bit more because it's getting dark, and it will be really dark because ACC with overcast is stupid dark. Like ACC with clear skies is like, yeah, the night is not actually that dark, it's pretty bright out here. And like ACC with overcast is like, could you please hand me the torch? I don't... Like, could I get a cat to bind around my knee so I can orientate around the track? It's also a German saying, it's like, it's so dark that I need a cat to bind a cat around the knee and then orientate, because I mean the cat can see. Or at least feel when I hit something. God, we have some quirks in our language. Right. Refueling is also not allowed in this session, so this means we have no refueling during the race. That is interesting. I don't know why they said like such absolutely ridiculous. Cool, I like rain, at least when it's warm, but it's getting dark right before sunset or right after sunset. It's scary before nice to see. I mean, cumulonimbus. I think it's the towering thunderstorm clouds. Those are intimidating because I'm not a big fan of thunderstorms. I mean, if I'm in a house, I'm fine. I don't care too much, but like house or cars, like this, I've been since childhood basically very frightened by thunderstorms when they're approaching. Oh, actually, the clouds have lifted a bit. We're now not overcast anymore, but just light cloud coverage, and you really noticed how the sky got very quickly brighter, despite that the sun is rapidly setting into the sunset right now. But yeah, I'm not too intimidated when it's like dark and stuff from... I mean, I don't know, I think you're probably right with not having moonlight, but like, it's definitely the case that the track is brighter when there's less cloud coverage at night. It's definitely the case. You can definitely notice that they do passively light the track, but I don't think you don't get shadows cast or anything from the moon. It's like it's not really a light source, but the track is basically slightly lit due to it. So just generally all of it is lit a bit. Dunkel war es, der Mond schien heller, als ein Auto blitzeschnell langsam um die runde Ecke fuhr. Drinnen saßen stehend Leute schweigend ins Gespräch vertieft, als ein totgeschossener Hase auf der Sandbank Schlittschuh lief. Und ein blond geleckter Junge mit korabenschwarzen Haar setzte sich auf eine rote Bank, die grün angestrichen war. Neben ihm eine alte Schrulle, die kaum 16 Jahre alt war, in der Hand eine Butterstulle, die mit Schweiz bestrichen war. God damn it, some people do not listen to the briefing, I guess. Also, that would take too long to translate. That poem. Oh wait, I'm rolling. Oh, we lost force feedback again. Definitely none. I can't pull up the menu while I'm warring. Is it enough to open options and get back out? Nope, not enough. Options, controls. Is opening not enough? Yeah, that's enough. I don't even need to change anything in options. Destroy sending Lufthansa safety announcement. Nope. I don't remember who the poet was, but I think the title is... I mean, you probably can't even type it out if I tell you the German name, because it's... Despite German being very simple to go from speech to text and back, because it is literally pronouncing every single letter, and usually the same way always. You're relatively consistent. I don't even know if there's translation for the thing. I don't remember who it was that wrote that one. And I'm pretty sure that, like, I'm missing the middle part of the poem. That I have effectively the beginning up to... beginning part and then the end parts. So... that up until the rabbit, I'm... it's the beginning part, I think, in one piece, and then up the... Yeah, it sounds mildly interesting because it's a poem written out of complete contradiction. I mean, the starting line, Dunkel war's, der Mond schien hell, is... it was dark, but the moon shine... not but... It was dark, the moon sheen bright. As a car drove lightning fast, slowly around the round edge. In German, Ecke is technically also a way to refer to a corner, but like, it is a sharp corner. And to say it's a round corner. Or you have the... in the middle part where it's als ein totgeschossener Hase auf der Sandbank Schlittschuh lief, as a shot dead rabbit rode ice skates on a sandbank. But yeah, I'm gonna try to track it down. think its title is Dunkelwas. I think that is actually its title, but like, no, poor buddy.
There's a slow car behind.
Yeah, I should focus a bit on qualifying right now. I mean, last time, during the SRXP 4 hours of Suzuka, I did qualify terribly and then gained like 6 positions on the first lap and was like P2 at the end of it. And people went like, how the hell did that happen? And I'm like, skill is shit. I mean, effectively what I did also at Sold, I also gained a bunch of positions there. Man, from the distance that Ginetta briefly looked like a LMP car from the back. Oh fuck, that's too fast, that's too fast. That's invalidated. Any bad weather coming up? No. Alright, 5 minutes remaining on the clock. Oh, tire pressure's looking terrible, actually, way too low. We've got the full PSI right now off. How cold is it? 15 degrees. I think I need to bump my tire pressures higher than this. I mean, I could escape and run again, but on the other hand, it takes so long to get tires up to pressure. Although, I take too long to get out of the pits at this point. Right now, I have the option to do more laps this way. I think that's more valuable. Oh, rain in 3 minutes. I need to complete this lap now. It's my final chance. There's rain incoming. And then I have no chance to qualify at all anymore. This corner has to sit. Oh, it was a bit cautious, but I couldn't afford to run wide here. And I broke again very cautiously here. It will tank my final few corners, but we're gonna probably still start another lap. Alright, what do we wanna get? What are we gonna get? 12! Wow, terrible. 1 second off the pace at 12. Holy shit. Hello, Cal, would you kindly not try to murder me? God, the competition here again. $14! I'm getting demoted hard here right now. 1 minute of rain. Oh, I messed up. Yeah, that's it. Bad qualifying. Oh, the freaking gaps here between these people. Holy shit, a second separating the top 14. It's absolutely alien times here. Well, we have some work to be done, that's for sure. And I think with how random the weather is and their stupid time acceleration, we're gonna get really screwed over here, I feel like. Also, we do need some fuel calculation, actually. It says 4.5 liters per lap. Let's just briefly run the math. Hello. Oh, why is freaking Windows taking half an hour to open a calculator? I mean, lap times of about 12 hours or so. The rain has just started. Similar to 60 divided by memory recall. 28 laps. 29, 30. 30 times 2.5. And that's 75 liters, okay. Because we can't refuel, I think we're gonna take 80. Which was about as much as I could practice with. Tire pressure did at the end of the run came up finally, but like it's just was a bit too late. Honestly, we don't need to bump the tire pressures up. Look, we're gonna be fine in the race because it starts a bit earlier. But we probably need to bump the tire pressures then during the race, right? Do another pit stop strategy, but this one with wet tires pre-configured. Because we're gonna need those. I think 25 PSI also. Roughly. Something like this. Sounds like a reasonable setup. Right, okay. How bad were we dropped down in the end? 15th. Last of the... I mean, not quite last. Jelinek then was beaten by couldn't best Bogdanovic, but like... Maserati also in the middle of the Armfield and Boardman, but like they probably got caught by the rain in the end. I mean, I should have probably driven out to just practice a bit on the damp, but on the other hand, I know how to drive, so not too necessary. Ah, it seems right now we have at least some dry conditions. Right. Okay. We can see 10 minutes ahead into the future. Wait. We have 2 pit stops? Okay. This is freaking weird. Why do these guys do such weird settings? So open. So, right. But yeah, it's still an hour-long race. They just put 2 mandatory pit stops in there. This technically cover if you want to change the tires twice, because you briefly jump onto the wets and it's... Also there's pit window? What? Excuse me, could I kindly get an explanation? Like, how many settings did they switch on for this one? Just yes. Pit stop window in length, 2,400 seconds. That is 20 minutes? Um, 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's about right. Also, by the way, I somehow dodged the penalty from last week, so I guess that's fun. I wasn't able to find the penalty, the auto recall the penalty sheet actually, so I don't know if the guy who had done that spin turn in front of me has. Oh yeah, that was Bogdanovic, I think. So that was probably him for actually clocking the penalty. I could check the sheet of what he clocked the penalty. If it is incidents, yeah. Bogdanovicek, no, that's completely unrelated. That's actually a lap 1 incident he got into. So the report that I filed clearly fell on deaf ears, I guess. They decided that that wasn't worth investigating. A guy spin turning right in front of a podium runner and nearly wiping him out in the process. Like, it's... I would have at least handed out a warning for that, because that's just... That was okay. But I mean, these guys are very easy on penalties. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here without getting one this season, frankly. I've hit enough guys here that should have honestly gotten it, and frankly, this is kind of better for it. Frankly. I mean, if this guy doesn't do it ever again as such a spin turn, then we're fine. That's all that's needed. It's like... Yeah. That's all that's gonna be needed, right? Okay, pass at 3. 80, let's just take 82. Should be more than enough. Tire pressure should be fine for these conditions. Let's run. Zoot at the radar, the wildly valid lap. Yeah, that's the yellow neck. The problem is Krejci has actually qualified on pole, so he's gonna just bolt from here. Most likely. Don't have. Tires at 3, that's correct. Put this away. Manager pit stop 0 of 2.
Single file.
Oh yeah, right, we don't see the brake bars right now. But I remember... Yeah, it was. So while I'm warming up my brakes, I would like to have my brake bar set as far backwards to not lock the tires up. Usual things. Still clear air for the next 10 minutes. That's at least something. Yeah, I mean, if we encounter any rain, I'm usually the first one to run into some issues. Except that I have a slight advantage with how my... Is that... Well, I run into trouble when it gets damp and have to switch over when the others are still fine dries. For the first driplets of water, I'm usually significantly quicker than the competition. Estrogen powered car. I'm a guy still. Powered by pure testosterone. Testosterone that fires. Most manly way of going about it.
Going double file.
You know, you belong behind me, thank you. The frame rate does not like this particularly too much. That's fine. Doesn't need to like it. It's a very long wait here, because you can fit the 400 cargo grid onto the straightaway. No one has to start on the final chicane, even with 100 cars, technically.
Green light, show them where to go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
That didn't quite
Clear on
work.
the left.
Well, not quite enough grip for me to send it around the outside of him. Ooh, that's light. Oh god.
On the left. Clear on the left.
Oh.
Damage in the front of the car. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Yellow flag ahead. Watch out. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I think they might consider restarting this one.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah, Montero is writing restarts. Stop on track.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Okay, everybody's stopping, so let's just stop as well. If everybody's stopping, we might as well stop. Session restart by administrator. Yeah, I felt a bit... I mean, I would personally, as a steward, would continue races such as this. Like, sure, it sucks ass when you have such a large wipeout. But honestly, it wasn't that many, I feel like. Oh yeah, please return to VC as well.
Clusterfuck. This time, I will start again. Thanks for returning to voice chat. Race restart. I did say don't send it on the SS, did I not? This time it happened at the front of the grid, so I'm very happy with it, very pleased with our silver drivers. I'm not so pleased with our pro drivers. So let's now repeat that. That's all I wanted to say. So you may leave voice chat. Good luck, have fun.
Yeah, that should be self-explanatory on it. I mean, yes, you can pass actually up the S's. Right, the guy I was trying to perhaps send it around the outside of Poe, in front of me. Right, I was considering that in that moment. I definitely reacted too late to the parked car. I could have probably avoided this a bit better. I mean, yes, there were multiple cars collected in that, but the big problem was that one Porsche stuck in the middle of the road. I mean, technically, we also... I'm not sure if we actually restarted that race, or... I think we didn't restart that race. It was a Monza race. The server was set to very wet conditions. Wetter than the league admin actually expects it to be. So it was... People were wiping out on the formation lap. As the grid formed up heading to Parabolic Cup, people were wiping out, were already crashing, and then the start happened, and I think it was P4 also, got aquaplaning on the front stretch, and lost his car, and just everyone got collected behind. And you have to expect this is like a 40 car grid, and like 4th place spins out, and everyone behind gets collected. They hadn't even reached turn 1. They had no chance. The guy wiped out, I think, around the around the F1 starting grid. I mean, the timing line is at Monza very relatively early, so it was past that one. But like, he did a wipe out, I think, around the pit exit. Where the pit wall ends, that's where... I think before the pit wall ends he wiped out, so it was a massive mess. I mean, we did decide to, I think, not penalize anyone who actually got collected in that one, but I think we let the race run or something? I do remember there was a massive crash that was in the race, and if we restarted, another one happened. So I think we didn't restart the race despite that. So yeah, that's that. Things like this happen occasionally. Right. Okay then, we can try this again. Weather seems still good, although it's a bit colder. We'll definitely have our work cut out though. There was not much opportunities to pass there in the opening few corners. I mean, we did get Jurgensen, but that was about it, really. Yeah, I don't see anything on my end. I can briefly check. Okay. Yeah, no dropped frames on my end, as far as I can tell. I mean, YouTube could eat some stuff, but usually YouTube tells me when it starts eating crap. I see the dropped frames then. Wait, connection starter. Right. I did open briefly the controls to make sure my steering wheel is remapped again. It's a really weird bug. I do know actually, if you pull up the pause menu while you're on the grid already, you will be counted as not being ready. As not having pressed drive, and you will be sent to the pit lane. I did find that out. So if you press drive in time, but you pull up the menu again, it will send you back to the pits. If you're in the menu at all. Yeah, I do have full straight back. Maybe I need to update my drivers. No more restarts, okay. It was from Lautzens. It's like it's hard for me to tell who's admin and who isn't, so it's like... Right. Right, I probably want to switch the low beams on, honestly. Okay, Montero typed it out. I don't know if he listened to me, probably not, but considering he was the one that called the restart, and now what does that? There's no more restarts. That sounds to be. I can trust him. In Montero we trust. I mean, there's at VR at least, there's no God rays actually from the sun, or it's probably my settings actually. Because the sun was over there and it luckily didn't blind me, which is not realistic, but it's at least not affected too. God damn it, that shit can be really blinding. But it is technically realistic. Although technically you can, I think, with the cloud coverage actually look at the sun without too many issues in this situation. It's quite warm. I think it's they're shown as green. They're starting to get orangey-ish. Get green-orange, but a bit far up his ass. Honestly, it's not nice for me. Again, fast and Poe. He doesn't seem to really want to respond at all. So, right, brake bar is adjusted again. Name list over here. Right, attempt number 2. Coming right up. Speed limiters.
Green light, cover go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Oh, the Porsche is so goddamn slow right now.
Clear on the left.
Oh, Montero really helped me up there. My Porsche completely helped me up. I had Poe completely passed. Effectively, it's just the Porsche just kept all the. Oh, that was close. That Porsche is not out of control.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Whoa! Could you like kindly drive the corner? Oh, I nearly hit him. He basically stopped there in the middle of the corner. Bye bye.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, Poe is in a world of pain. I mean, someone like Karichi can make the Alpine work here. But it seems that even someone as good as... Oh, Porsche is right behind me right now. That's news. Do I want to defend against him? It's Jelinek actually, yep. I think that's who I'm actually collided with last week. Didn't make the apex.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
You're using headphones, right? Right. This is gonna be fun right now. Jelinek is quite difficult to pass. The Merc has a lot of straight line speed. Oh, do I get an opening now? No, not again. We're not doing this again. I did this on Saturday and I don't want to hit the rear axle of another person there because I tried to go around the outside.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Okay, that's a bit fast.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ooh, the Porsche nearly hit me there. Need to now set up the slingshot.
Car on the right.
It's a very forceful pass, I will say, but like, I need to get by him. He's holding me up big time here and I need to make up some ground. It cost me a lot of time for the S's. Now for the other cars it should be a bit easier. Because most competitors should not be faster than me in a straight line. I mean, the Porsche in the slipstream looked like it's competitive, but it's a Porsche in a slipstream. Though we do have to look out now for the comeback of the Merc, because he's only 0.6 seconds behind and he is fast. I hope I'm getting some slipstream here. I got half a second behind the next car. Now I can carry a lot of speed through this corner. That's about my only saving grace against Mercs. Yeah, I mean, I'm a second faster just by passing the guy. That should give the idea of like how much here we're getting held up. A 12.7. Beat my qualifying time by quite a bit. Okay, no! Oh! There's only so much that I can decelerate at that point. I'm braking, and the guy still doesn't step on the bloody throttle. Pretty sure I was on the brakes till I hit him. Pretty sure. It's still my fault, but like, it sucks. It sucks so much that I constantly get into these accidents. It's very infuriating because I feel like I can't do anything about them. That's gotta be for sure a penalty. I need to stop getting I've been lucky in getting away with shit, but like, it's getting infuriating at this point how many times I just end up fucking up. Hello? Curb. There's a bit of a gap then up to the next car after Dixon, which seemed to have been held up by Fuchs. Honestly, that's not too surprising, but like, what is surprising is that Fuchs is up there. Fuchs must have like made an absolute training arc, because I remember him being a midfield driver. Like, how I remember him would see him in silver, and he's driving like the top 5 of silver, that would not be a surprise. But here he is, being upper mid, fighting for top 10 with miles.
Car on the left.
Jesus, what happened there with the KTM? Is he letting me by, or why did he just run out of speed all of a sudden? Because I'm pretty sure the KTM doesn't cap out like the Ginetta. That's why it's halfway viable actually at Monza, the car. But yeah, Fuchs fighting here for P7 with Miles. Like, that's not a combination you see any day of the week. Miles the alien versus Fuchs, who's like pretty good midfield driver. But maybe he isn't that anymore. Maybe he is actually now as fast as I am. Or actually faster, because he did out-qualify me. And qualifying doesn't seem to matter at all for me, because when it's tight qualifying, I end up making up 5 positions in the opening laps, because seemingly no one can actually drive once they get past qualifying. That's nowhere here or there. It's a bit late, but those Porsche brakes are pretty good. Like, he didn't decelerate much before he got to the apex. On the apex, the car it just tucked up and decelerated immediately. Very impressive brakes there from Porsche. Yeah, very impressive braking performance from him. Should I take an early pit stop? While Miles is doing that, I should have probably done as well. And Miles didn't even need to. He had clear air. He can just pit whenever he wants to. Oh god, that's too fast. But he knows actually that I have before passed people here. That was a stunt. Luckily he didn't spin from that. That was an absolute beautiful exchange there. I mean, I lost a bunch of time doing this, but that was a lot of fun. Genuinely glow up from him. I've never seen him particularly as an incompetent driver, but like, I mean, actually I do remember having said, for instance, he's out of my league when passing him, so I'm getting into trouble for saying things like that to drivers back in the day in SRXP. But man, the guy, he has stepped up his game for sure. Yep. That's the scary thing with fighting me. I see precisely things like that. Just because you have the inside line on me does not mean you are safe from me. Ever. Granted, I do make mistakes as well. I mean, look at all the body count that I've amassed this season. But none of them really are from overtaking attempts. Most of them are from just being stupid and getting into the wrong place at the wrong time. Actually, one is from an actual overtaking attempt last week. I think the others are just me being wrong place, wrong time. And it's so dark. It's just oppressively dark right now. 10 minutes, no rain. How tire pressure's looking. A bit all over the place. I mean, you can also, if you clip that, you can also just post it again into the chat, into the Broken Bones GT4 chat. Because I think they also appreciate seeing that one. As long as you clip it completely. Yeah, from entry deck note 2 to so usually if it's like second game or whatever. Right, tire pressures, what do we do? I think 2 up. Something like that. I hope I landed up. And there is him. There's the banda who I took out. Man, that sucks. I just cannot get a fucking race where I don't take someone out. I'm really annoyed with myself.
Mandatory stop is now clear. Going well. Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Sorry, man. You did not deserve that. You were like me in the wrong place at the wrong time. Where's Miles actually? He did come in early. Would expect him to be roughly around us. On the exit, but I can't see him right now. I mean, I can see Poe behind. He's also done his first pit stop. And Lautzen. Miles is missing. Jörgsen in front, but he hasn't done his first pit stop yet. He must have had a bad start there to the race. Considering he was on the outside of me and he's now 30 seconds in front of me after me having completed the first pit stop. And if I remember correctly, pit lane delta is not that long on this track. 30 seconds is roughly just the I mean, that's just my standing time. That's not. Yeah, I think 20 or 30 seconds that you lose through drive-through. And by the way, I do have high beams on. My headlights are on. It's just so dark. I have to wait for. I have to wait for the sun to finally set fully so we actually see better. Because right now you just do not see anything. Especially the cockpit is very dark, despite that the cockpit lighting is on. I mean, I have the high beams on, so the cockpit lighting is on. It makes the car at least a bit drivable. I mean, you can see down there, it's lights on. If Fuchs was in the pits right now. Oh yeah, right, the pit window opened at 10 minutes into the race. So we could have pitted also a bit later for tires. To get it a bit more equal third, but like, I mean, it's fine. I complete my outlap and we are at roughly at this third time now. So I'm doing a bit more than a lap extra effectively. There is a bit of a disadvantage from going early to fresh tires because it takes time to get them up to temps. Especially when they're that fresh, so you... Right. I need to pace myself. Because we don't have anybody to race right now. We're about 4 seconds on Lichten. 10 seconds nearly on Fox. So we did make a bit of a break from the group behind. Okay, thanks. There's a few back marker right now in some of the pits.
There's a car stuck in pit lane.
Yeah, he's a lap down. Oh god, he doesn't see me. He still doesn't see me. Fuck! I'm flashing you and you still turned into the apex. Brother in Christ, what are you doing? Look in your mirrors! Ah! Immediately gets held up by a back marker things. You're a lap down, your race is not particularly running well. And now you're like, well, I could have lost basically no time at all by letting the guy by in turn 1. And you know, look, I hope he lets me by into the hairpin, right? I don't want to follow him any closer than I'm already doing. I'm 2 tenths behind him. Nope, he's still going for apexes and everything. Hey, move over. a lap down at this point. He just gets... I mean, he actually has pace right now on these cold tires. But he's wide this time around. The problem is I don't want to jump up his inside because he's clearly not looking properly in his mirrors. He clearly isn't. Oh wait, actually he is... Oh, I just realized this is not... Oh, I'm sorry, Pritchard. I'm sorry. I thought you were... I've just realized he's for position, actually. My bad. He's actually for position. I didn't think he would be for position. I thought this was Smith. No, this guy is actually for position. I thought I had it mistaken because I saw Smith coming out of the pits. No, but Richard is actually for position, which explains why this guy has actually pace whenever he comes out of a corner. Because the guy knows how to drive. And he's not some buffoon. My bad, Richard. I completely mistook that one. I should have checked my numbers, but I saw Smith with an Aston heading out of the pits, and then I was in the pit lane, a lap down. So I was like, huh, this must be the lap down car, and then just didn't check. That's my bad. Which suddenly explains his driving as being completely and utterly fair. Yeah, that's obviously confusing because, you know, you also have the numbers on screen that he is what the car's in front of me and that the car in front of me is for position. And the Catsburg is actually 8 seconds ahead of me. He's really good in some of these corners here, like holy shit how he punches out of them. Like I'm fast for the aces and stuff, but like yelling at behind also has a stop and go penalty. He has pace. His car as I'm now up to 10%, he's going. Can't keep up for some reason with him. It's weird, like I don't think the Aston should have as much punch out of corners as it has. Like he seems to just have so much pace out of corners. I would expect a Porsche GT3 have such pull out of corners, but not an Aston. Something doesn't seem quite right here. I mean, he is fairly paced for this section here. I would expect him to be about as fast as he is. I guess I can close up here, but not enough to really make any overtakes. Okay, as long as he's not holding me up, I shouldn't be complaining. Right now, we're not in a position to win the race yet. Okay, that's wide. Let's see, do we get a cut track? No, I think we actually got away without even getting invalidated. He's a bit wide there. Yeah, I think he has his lines down really good for this track. Mine are a bit lacking at times. problem is how much this car bounces over curbs. He really doesn't like them at all. We've made up massive ground actually on the Katzberg right now.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Lane is technically for position here in front, but he has not done one of his pit stops yet. But he's holding him up badly. Yeah, he's holding up big time here. Aston, and it's...
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Honestly, what Lane is doing is kinda unnecessary. It's actually what I criticized Pritchard for, even though Pritchard in comparison was not a lapped car. Ooh, this is close, this close. I bumped him slightly. Luckily there wasn't a straight line. I think he's not gonna be mad for that one because he did bounce over the curb and just... Now he's letting us by finally. It nearly took me out because he's driving erratically. Like, come on dude, you cost us a bunch of time in this race. At least he let us both by. Fairly. We can continue our battle. It's a bit wide from Pritchard. The thing is, just his exits are so beautiful. Rex and Jelinek now in the pits. That's what guys I passed before. What we came in. Minor sideways moment. Just Maserati things. I don't know if everybody has done their pit stops, but I think this is vaguely accurate, our position now. I mean, we're lapping faster and faster and faster here. And the Katzberg with a 12-1 here. 11-9 from Pritchard and 12-1 from me. Holy Christ. Okay, come on, car. Oh, Pritchard just got a massive slide there, but I was too far back to make anything from it. I mean, he's consistently running slightly faster than me this stint. That has allowed me to come a bit back to him. There's DS up ahead with Maserati, who hasn't done his first pit stop yet. Still, which is surprising because we're more than halfway through the race and we're coming up actually more to the second round of pit stops. People like me will probably do second pit stop sooner rather than later. Well, I think 3 laps to go, I would say. We're gonna hit it. 1, 2. And that's how much I lifted them before the first stop. DS seem to be very slow right now. Okay, he's coming in, so we don't have to deal with him. He did slow down the Catsburg down. The question is how much. It was enough. Because I had a rare error there. Otherwise I would have gone slower than him by quite a bit. But he's making me push. He's making me pace myself. A little bit too fast for turn 3. I would have liked to actually challenge for a race win. But doesn't seem to be ever possible here. These guys are just way too alien. There's just no humans here you can actually defeat. And my bad qualifying just absolutely sealed the deal on this. Qualifying. Didn't get a mega first lap. I got a decent first lap, but not a mega that I needed. Well, I did dispatch of some of the opponents relatively well. Nobody really got slowed down at any time, so we just kept being here, existing. Considering the gaps behind, I feel like the last one of the actually halfway fast people here again. It just sucks when that always happens. So one of the Bogdanovics is in the pits right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even able to break into the top 5 this time around. Weird thing when you perform better at Solder than at Suzuka. It's very strange things. It just sucks. Sucks when everybody just has that last edge on you always. And you just can't do anything about it. It's Pritchard in this case. It's that 10 faster than me. Well, gaining on the guys in front, but it's just not enough. I mean, I'm putting a slow lap in. Half a second down. Hello, car. But you can't really make the corner. Alright, it's coming in at the end of this lap. Get the final pit stop over. Gets a downshift. I'm making mistakes now. Thing is, if I come in early, he's probably gonna beat me out of the pits again. I've made up so much ground on Catsburg. Right. Into the pits one final time. Tire pressures. Let's bump a bit more even. Oh, that's probably too far. Bump up, bump up. Come on.
Come on, let's go. Stay clear of the curbs.
Luckily this car can engage the pit limiter in second gear. I mean, he hasn't taken any damage, so as long as he doesn't lose time in the pit stop, he's just gonna be fine. Don't remind me of pit limits in second gears. Everyone has PTSD of that. You're not unique. Because of how they work in ACC. There's so many people. You can relate to that trauma. I have it. Okay, Bogdanovic is now behind me about 8 seconds. He's the closest guy who has done both pit stops so far. Jörgsen in the pits. Jelinek in the pits. Jennings comes into the pits. Man, the Catsburg has also come into the pits to come out again. And Bogdanovic in front has come out, been in the pits and come out again. Man, the Catsburg lost quite a bit of time in the pit lane, I would say. Because he's only 4 seconds ahead of me now. And he has most of the warm-up laps still to do. While my tires are for the most part up to temps. That was close. Let's see, can we challenge him? So waiting obviously for... What was his name again? I'm terrible with names, goddammit. Oh, Aston friend. Patrick? I think. Hopefully. I would like to be better with names, but just my brain is refusing to do these correctly. Right is in there. Fox is in there. Yeah, Pritchard. And he's coming right there out again. As I said, him staying slightly longer worked out for him. I sort of, however, had to do this. Now we have actually K. Smith in front. With his Aston. We have to lap him. All three of us have to lap him. Well, the first one's already by. Second one is by. And I guarantee at this point I'm gonna king hell up. No, I won't, but I nearly collide with him.
Clear on the right.
Now there's a bit of a showdown here happening because we're all relatively close together here. Samui, Van der Katzberg, Pritchard, all of us. Within 5 seconds. Gaining on each other. Sort of, vaguely. I think we're actually no longer gaining on anyone. Which is sad. This is gonna be another... Okay, we're gonna be all apart, but like nothing's gonna happen finish. Maybe. I mean, the back marker didn't spice anything up, unfortunately. Could have gotten interesting vaguely. Christ, Pritchard is so bloody fast that he outpaces me on his outlap.
Well done, mate. Personal best.
I'm not ready to give up yet. Samui dropped some time there. Samui seems to be, yeah, Samui seems to be to P3. And I think P2 is also there up ahead. Oh, hello, Carl.
No, it's now closed.
Didn't need a massive oversteer spike there. At all. Such a nice fast lap, and then the car was like, nope. You're not making up ground on these guys. You're gonna be 4th out of a 4-way fights for P3. You're not getting anything. I've been like that for some times. Yeah, match the guys in front. Despite gaining massively in the first sector. Come on, could you guys like get stuck in traffic a bit? Would be cool if you start fighting and actually lose a bit of ground. There's a lapped car. It seems to not be getting in the way. Well, it's probably gonna get in my way. Again, massive oversteer twitch there. Car did not want to put the power down. So I just don't make up time if I lose all my time again on the hairpin.
Slow car ahead.
Oh, that's a lane. Hello, could you kindly give me some room because we need to overtake something. 1000 pound fox. Hell. That's one expensive fox, I would say. Also, I'm sorry that I've been right now. Because I've been right now trying to focus, trying to make up ground on the cars in front, but it's just not wanting to work out right now for me. It's very difficult. They are just so stupidly fast. And we've just not been thrown a single bone from them. They don't make mistakes, they don't get stuck in traffic. It's just... I end up playing second fiddle again. Not even second, it's a fucking fifth, I think, in this case, because I think we're fighting for P2 up ahead. Because they're all pushing, trying to get anything out of it, and then everybody ends up going the same pace, and it's just esports racing. Boring as all hell. Oh, come on! Oh, no! Yeah, that's deal sealed. Luckily, that's not even a position.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Did my car just upshift? I hit the steering wheel and the fucking thing upshifted. God damn it. Like, it's just not wanting to happen. It's like the one track where I could, like, think of winning perhaps. The aliens are fucking way too quick again. Not them alien plague. Like, I expected to be able to challenge for the front and not finish P6. Like, at least P5, I thought. Like, that's just gonna be easy. Car's fast here, but no, the problem is aliens are faster. And I continually get oversteer twitches out of that one corner, and it just... One last time, he decided to, nope. You're not gonna exit this time around. At least that the rest of the field is not competitive whatsoever, and which just reiterates my point
Clear on the right.
of like, I'm the last of the fast guys. I'm effectively last place of the actually competitive people, because Bogdanovic was so far back that he didn't even pass me. And he's still nearly 2 seconds behind. I mean, if I continue to do like what I'm doing here right now, then I'm gonna lose the position as well, but... It's just annoying when it just keeps happening.
Slow car ahead.
Oh, Samui just lost it. But because I had my oversteer moment, I'm just nowhere near there. If I hadn't spun, I would have gotten one free position. That's even more painful. And my lap is so terrible. Why am I a second suddenly off the pace? I'm a second off pace all of the sudden, and then Bogdanovic is closing in now because my pace has suddenly evaporated additionally. Wasn't enough to just... Now I need to defend against someone who is just not up to the pace. It's the task of actually fighting here. He's just able to do it because I'm getting screwed over harder than him. I mean, Samuel is bleeding pace, it seems, on the straight, but that might just be misleading. Hello, car, would you kindly take this corner? Yeah, I bled like 4/10 there. On the straights, it's like, what is happening here? Why is my pace gone? I'm 2 seconds off. I should be at least like half a second or so within, but like not 2 seconds off the pace. 13. What is happening? Why is the pace suddenly gone? Come on. I'm 5 seconds behind. That's just not gonna happen. He's slow, but like not that slow. Come on, shitbox. You can do this. And he's probably gonna figure his pace out again as well. So it's not like I can do anything. At least I don't want to be attacked from behind. Would be nice. Come on, car. Yeah, the pace has just evaporated completely. I mean, I did make up 2 seconds on Samurai, but it's just... We have 1 lap and there's 4 seconds ahead. And Bogdanovic is still closing in for some reason. He's decided to put the afterburner on all of a sudden. No, you're not getting that position. If you get alongside, you get pushed off, basically. I've taken enough bullshit tonight, you're just... I'm not gonna play nice. Within the rules, I have to clarify, but I'm not gonna play nice. He for some reason has like just massive pace all of a sudden. God, I hate that. And we have Cormac in front who's not fast at all. Oh god, what are you doing? I mean, look at it, it's like one Porsche driver massively off pace and the other one just... Not that I'm accusing them of collusion, I'm just saying look at those pace differences right now. Yeah, look. As somebody who has wrecked someone intentionally and got into trouble for it, I don't want to do that again. It's just you do get just about a car width and you may need to kick up some dirt while you're at it. At least make an attempt into the far corner. Right, P6, absolute fucking disgrace.
You did the best you could. I'll bring the car back. Severe damage at the front.
Put the car back on the track. Fucking done with this. How frustrating this entire affair was. Like, the first half was sort of fun, but it's just the second half, just aliens. Pure unadulterated alien bullshit. Just constantly having to deal with those guys who just have pace gifted to them in the chat into the... Could I get my cursor back, please? Cursor, thank you. But you can't come back, right? That's definitely not this lab. That's this lab where it happens. Yeah, I'm fully on the brakes the entire time. And there's no reason for him to just not accelerate at all. Why is he just not accelerating? I think his car doesn't turn at all. Like, he just doesn't do anything for it. So sorry, but like, it's so weird. How am I supposed to smell that he's just not gonna drive out of the corner? Like, I stayed definitely long on the brake. Problem is, the point at which I realized what is happening was just very late. That's the... And it's like, when I look at the replay, like, I thought maybe he just got too close behind the KTM and had to check up to avoid hitting the KTM, but no. No, he could totally go back on the throttle. Oh wait, that's wrong. I hate misclicks because it's so close. I'll just watch this again. Yeah, he was probably about to get on the throttle, but it's just so goddamn late. I got close here. I mean, I'm driving my normal line through here, braking and braking and braking, slowing down. I had so much room. It still remains no justification for me hitting him. Probably, no, it's probably not the lap where I exchange with folks. So yeah, it was fun hanging. Thanks. Still made up 9 places. Yeah, it's just... I mean, I killed one guy for one of them, and it's... Still, I didn't win it. And the podium was right fucking there. It was just a few seconds up the road, but they were just that tiny bit faster. Frankly, the only people who meaningfully had pace in this race at all. I was just that 10th slower than them, and it's infuriating to be down that 1/10 and you just can't do anything about them. They have this tiny edge, and they will just rub it in your face. Unintentionally, I have to make such a shit clear that. They're just doing what they're doing. They're just driving. Alright, let's just watch me having an exchange with folks. Right, yeah, Dixon Pills in here. What happened with him? Because he was just gone after the pit stop. Oh, thanks. Loaded me out of the replay again.
Green light, go, go, go.
Alright, then get off the server. There aren't really any good tracks in this calendar, and this was like the best one, and this is what stings. Really, it's like there's one good track on the calendar, and I don't perform on it. I don't get the performance I want to. Get a bad qualifying because there's a second spreading 15 cars out, which just will obviously create unfair situations. Obviously be unfair. And I obviously end up being the slowest of the 15, basically. anyone behind me in Pro caught the rain. So that just sucks at that point. For them. Let's watch this this fight again. Ooh, there's a push there. That bump, slight bump. He gets out of shape. I'm looking at the inside. He runs wide, has to slow down on the exit due to that. I'm up the inside now. Heading up the hill. I tuck it in tight. And then he goes wide and I just switch back and full on power slide out of the corner again. Whoa. Let's see this here. He gets oversteer. You do notice the bump from him just getting a boop in revs. He just suddenly built some revs there. Gets out of shape again. And that's today, piece of downshifts. Gets up to third. Goes alongside. Just about leaves him enough room. And again, too deep. He just gets stuck there. He doesn't really see my oversteer movement too much. I think the crossbow got a bit more witness to that. Let's see, how does he exchange against the crossbow? Because he did keep the position. But did he actually finish in the end? 909 car. P10. Well, that's a bit unfortunate, honestly. He should be better. He should finish better than that. He deserved a bit better because he put an absolute barnstormer here for the fence in. Right. Just witnesses me doing the cutback. Yeah, I think you didn't really ever see me how sideways I was. After my oversteer moment. Yeah, the car just refused to put the power down in that moment. Sucks, but it happens. Yeah, man, I'm driving here off-road. So Windows... There's Samui. So he was right behind P2 here. He's fighting for P2 with... Who was that? The 602 car? 602... Bogdanovicek actually ended up finishing P3. That's... I think I just spoiled what is about to happen. Oh, if that's true, I could have forfeited there way more. Because Van der Katzberg got through to P2. And we can illustrate this briefly. There he was just flying by. So these two side by side. He goes into the grab on deck now here. Porsche goes wide. Oh, both of them... The MUQU loses it. Well, that's... I mean, I feel a bit less silly about my accident at this point. Because his is just... What did you do there? This is so weird. It's very weird, similar to mine, and then he just doesn't get lucky. But yeah, he had some damage there. But it just didn't slow him down enough to gain for me for like, how much time? I had 2 laps after this. 2.5 laps. Maybe cut half a lap for this one. To gain back on him. I just ain't quite enough to gain that back. Not gonna happen, Chief. Yeah, not like I'm ever gonna be able to win anything, win any championships, whatever. Except when I get stupidly lucky because no one attends half the championship. No one competents, at least. Reminding me of when I won ERC and stuff like that. God, I should stop being so sappy. But it just doesn't feel quite right. It just sucks. Maybe I can finally get to sleep at a reasonable time now. Say my sleep schedule has been balked is an understatement. Alright, then there are multiple pings on this Discord here. Okay, the report form. Not like I need that. I don't have anyone to report except myself. Unfortunately, he didn't shoot the entire scene, actually. That was beautiful, except that he clipped that part off. God damn it! Elena, you were freaking incompetent on this one. Your clip game is not that great. Cuts the first part out, it cuts the second part out. Who was about to have a heart attack? What? What are the numbers here? I have a normal heart rate of 130 at that point. Okay then. My numbers are anyway very inflated and I should play better than this, but... Right. Okay, and maybe I'm back on... I don't think I'm actually gonna do that, considering I do blood donating on Friday afternoon, so it's probably not the greatest idea to go for another run at Half-Life Alyx. I don't think that's gonna be particularly the smartest idea. In any case, I think I'm gonna take my leave now. And we'll be back on Saturday. Maybe for actually 2 races on Saturday. I may do the VTLM Bathurst race with someone. If I can find someone, it seems maybe I will do. So we'll be probably running the start there, and then run obviously the 2-man series, which is heading towards where is this? Where are we heading there? Kyalami, okay. Right. Not expecting too much. Except from the VTLM race, I may win that. I think there's a potential there, but have to see. Right. Bye bye.